For as long as I can remember, I've suffered from unnerving recurring dreams and night terrors. The How It Ends podcast is an exploration of daily life and the imprint it leaves on our memory and consciousness. This podcast is made by me, Micah Jones, with some help from my two closest friends, Elliot Cabral and Devin Williams. I'm not sure where this journey will take me, so follow along as I try to uncover the meaning of my dreams and finally get some sleep. I'm releasing this in real time, so if you're just joining, please start from the beginning, and thank you for listening. Hey, so I guess this is my first official episode. That is pretty weird to say. Like I said in the pilot that I put up last week, I'm making this podcast with my two best friends. Devin is our resident tech whiz, and he'll be helping me with all the editing. And Elia will make an appearance at some point to read my tarot cards and likely make lots of jokes. If I'm being real, I'm not really sure how I feel about the whole tarot thing, but I'm sure it'll be cool. Anyway, I did want to begin each episode with a dream, but I don't even remember if I had one last night. I woke up early to drive to New Jersey to visit my mom for Thanksgiving, and here we are. That being said, this podcast started with me just recording and talking about my dreams, but I've decided to record parts of my daily life too. I think I want to try and make connections to what I'm dreaming. I think that it'll help me in this effort to figure all of this stuff out. But no matter what, I decided that if I'm going to do this, I have to try and force myself to open up. And sometimes that's really hard for me. Yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is thank you for your patience and for taking this journey with me. So here we go.
Why are you not sleeping?
Work. Stress.
That's it?
Okay. Is that like not enough for you, or?
You know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've also been having a lot of weird dreams lately. They keep me up, so then, I spend all day super exhausted, and it sucks.
Yo sé de qué se trata esto.
No, you don't.
What are the dreams about then?
Lots of things. Sometimes the same thing.
You going to tell me or no?
I've been having this nightmare a lot. And something about it feels so familiar. It sort of looks like Duke Island Park.
You had a dream about Duke Island Park?
No, I was saying that
Oh, yes, you used to go there all the time. That's why you're dreaming about it.
That's not what I'm even talking about. What I'm trying to say is...
You and Amy went there all the time. I saw her mother the other day. When's the last time you saw her?
When's the last time I saw Amy's mom?
Micah.
I don't know. Maybe this summer after high school? Amy and I weren't really friends for most of that anyway, and she connected with me on Facebook sometime after that, but I don't use Facebook.
I remember that time I had to pick the two of you up from exchange field because Amy rode her bike into the back of that van. Ay, pobrecita. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking about Amy.
See, I know.
No, I know. It reminded me of something. Do you remember the time that you had to come get me?
Aha, I was just talking about it.
No, not that day. It was the day that Amy and I rode down to Duke Island Park. We were supposed to go on the hike.
No, you always did things like that. How can I remember one day?
You remember the day that she hit the van and bled out all over the place.
See, but that was funny. She looked worse than she was. She didn't even need stitches.
Mom.
She's screaming like she was dying. Que dramática esa.
You just reminded me that, this one time that we went there, I think it might have even been around this time of year, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have actually been Thanksgiving weekend. I kind of remember being on a school vacation or something. Anyway, she promised me she'd walk out to the falls with me, but when we got there, like, she ditched me. You really don't remember this?
Querida, no. You didn't tell me anything when you were 13.
Okay, so Amy and I, we rode our bikes to the park. She was supposed to go on the walk with me, but when we got there was just some boy sitting on one of the picnic tables in the field. All I remember was that he was there to see Amy, and that he was her boyfriend that she didn't tell anybody about.
Well, she wasn't supposed to have one.
Probably not. We were like 12 years old. Anyway, she left with him, so I went by myself.
You weren't supposed to do stuff like that alone.
I'm 33. I made it through alive. It doesn't matter anymore.
Wait a sec. What year was that?
I think it was right before my 13th birthday.
Oh, was that the year the Barney balloon got destroyed at the Macy's parade?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Yeah, and embarrassing for everyone at Macy's.
Your dad would have loved it.
Anyway, I feel like I was near Bradley Gardens for some reason.
Well, Bradley Gardens is across from the park.
Yeah, it is, but that doesn't explain why I would be there.
I picked you up from a house on Perry Street once. Was it that day?
How do you know what street it was?
Well, it's Amy's last name. That's probably why.
But why was I there? Do you remember? Like, I can't remember anything between Amy leaving with him and then you picking me up. Did I call you?
Yes, you did. I remember now. When I got there, you were all scratched up. I assumed you had a fall.
Well, what did I say?
I'm sorry, Nina. I don't remember. You were all cut up and had a gash on your forehead, so I took you to the ER.
Yeah, but did I say anything?
I don't know. I don't think so. I was more worried about your head.
Come on, Mom, please. Can you just think?
Micah, I said I don't remember. I'm sorry.
You're not even trying, though. Like, you're just saying that you're sorry.
Why are you asking me this? What does it have to do with anything?
I don't know. Why can't you just answer me?
You just got here and we're arguing.
We're not arguing. I just want you to try and remember.
I did. I picked you up. I took you to the doctor. You were okay, so I brought you home and put you to bed. That's it. That is all.
Well, that's not good enough.
No me hables así. Are you okay? Talk to me, por favor. Micah, come back here. Sit and talk to me. What is this about? We were having a nice conversation. What happened?
Nothing. I'm just gonna go lie down.
Don't get upset. I have to ask. Is this about your dad?
It's not about Dad.
Micah, please calm down. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm trying to understand. This time of the year can be...
I'm fine. Hey, I feel like I wasn't even totally there in that conversation. I'm an asshole. My mom and I don't even get into it like that, and I can't remember having ever yelled at her. She's always just been pretty cool, but tonight, she just got to me. When she asked if this was about my dad, I don't know. It probably is. So my dad's name was Nolan Jones. This whole town loved my dad. He grew up here. He knew everyone. Everyone knew us. Every Friday night, me, my mom, and my dad would hang out watching TV. They let me stay up really late to watch TGIF sitcoms and eat junk food, and it was my favorite part of every week. And then one Friday night, I fell asleep waiting for him to come home. And when I woke up the next morning, my mom told me he'd had an accident, and I never saw him again. The anniversary was a couple weeks ago. It's been 25 years. It's a long time, so most of the time I think I'm okay. Like, I get by. I go to work, I hang out with my friends, I go to therapy. I just try to get through the day and ignore the fact that he's not here. But I can't. He went from being a living, breathing person, my favorite person. I can't deal. So I'm in the shed. The shed is a building in our backyard that my dad used for a studio. I haven't been in here since he died. He loved working out here. He used to come out here on the weekends and get so caught up in stuff. Sometimes he'd stay out here for so long that he'd pass out and come strolling into the kitchen the next day looking for breakfast. You know, he was always making something. It looks like my mom has made some changes. She kept the shed how he left it for a long time, but eventually she said she just needed to let it go. It felt too much like a shrine. She said that she didn't need to be surrounded by his things to remember him, and that she remembers him because he was hers. Okay, so you basically know nothing about me, and talking about some heavy stuff here, so... Okay, well, I guess you know that I don't sleep and that I have creepy dreams, but let's give you a little rundown. You know that I live in Providence, but I actually grew up here in Somerville, New Jersey. I went to college in Rhode Island to get away from here. You know, my mom really wanted me to stay close to home and go to Rutgers. Her and my dad went there. That's where they met. But I didn't want to do that. You know, after my dad died, I hated being here. Everywhere I went, I ran into someone that knew him. And they'd look at me with that face, you know, like the one, you know, if one more person said, oh, like, you're Nolan's daughter, yeah, I was going to lose it. I found a bunch of boxes, and they're all marked Nolan stuff. So, I guess it's now or never. My dad was one of those people who would try something new and be good at it right away. Like, how infuriating is that, right? He loved to be outside, too. That's probably where I get it. He used to play guitar for me. He'd try and learn all of my favorite songs. There was this one time where he learned to play Crisscross's Jump, and he rapped it for me. It was so bad. But I kind of loved it. Some of my old books are in here. Charlotte's Web. I love this book. All right, let's see what's in here. I just found a bunch of cassettes and a tape deck. I haven't seen one of these, and, well, if you could see it, you would know how long. But some of the tapes just have dates written on them, like the one I just picked up says July 8th, 1990, BB, PB, and K. And I have no idea what that means, but let's have a listen.
There's a wonder of nature you may not have seen. Wow, Papa Bear, we see what
I've forgotten what his voice sounded like. I loved that book. He told me he went out and bought it the day he found out my mom was pregnant with me. Different one.
I bought a bunch of Berenstein Bear books today at garage sale. I found a few that Kit doesn't have. Oh, and I found...
Oh, duh. BB, PB, and K. Berenstein Bears, Papa Bear, and Kit. I called my dad Papa Bear, and he called me Kit, like a baby fox. He never called me Micah, ever. I mean, not unless something was really wrong or I was in trouble or something.
It's really cheap. It might fit my camera. And I also found a copy of William Shatner's The Transformed Man.
He used to bring home wild stuff, like from garage sales, like other people's bowling trophies. And, I had no idea what he was going to do with them, but oh my God, did my mom hate it. I remember this one time when he came home from a garage sale, we sat out in the yard, like going through all of his like weird finds. And, he was drinking a beer and I was drinking one of those like Shasta lemon lime sodas. But this neighborhood dog comes into the yard and he just sat there like staring up at my dad until my dad finally went inside and grabbed him a snack. And then he just like walks away. After that, anytime we were in the yard, he would show up. It's like he knew that we were going to be out there or something. And then he would just do that same thing. He would sit right in front of my dad waiting for a treat. My dad called him Fat Freddy because, who knows, maybe we were overfeeding him. I don't know. And then one day, Freddie showed up with another dog. He kind of kept showing up with the other dog. It became a thing. Sometime later, the other dog, I forget what we named him, showed up without Freddie. And we didn't see Freddie again. The weekend after my dad died, I tried to sit by myself in the yard, hoping that the other dog would come and sit with me. But he didn't. It's just other stuff in here. Just notes. There's some Tom Petty.